Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. I'm your host, Brian Taylor Bridges. I am your host, Brian Taylor Bridges. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. Y'all come on in for a brief moment. Got a very disturbing case tonight out of Columbus, Ohio, you all. Now, how this particular case had went unseen, and it's not on a large public platform is far beyond my imagination, you all. But tonight I want to talk about how a young 13-year-old how a young 13-year-old kid was fatally shot in the back by a white supremacist neighbor, you all, in which this young man was fatally shot. This man had shot him, left the scene of the crime, then pled self-defense days later, and was released from jail a week later, you all, a week later. So I want to come in tonight on behalf of Lil Sensei Reed is his name. Lil Sensei Reed, again, was a Columbus, Ohio 13-year-old kid who was minding his business, you all, in his own particular neighborhood. Now, neighbors confirmed that Lil Sensei Reed was a nice young man, a very nice kid to be around, and had a lot of friends in this same neighborhood, you all. Now, how he actually get involved with a 36-year-old grown white man is beyond my imagination, you all. And furthermore, why would a 36-year-old man take the time out to be initially arguing with a 13-year-old kid? It's also beyond my imagination, you all. Good afternoon, Carbro, going in on Columbus, Ohio, and this police department, which has tremendously dropped the ball in this case, you all. Again, a 13-year-old kid, or boy, might I say, was shot in the back, was not found with a weapon, was not found to be any threat. The man who shot him in the back flee the scene. Now, had he done this in self-defense manner, then this man would have absolutely stayed on the scene and told the police what had happened. This young man was trying to harm me, or trying to rob me, or anything of this nature, you all. But this particular man totally left the scene, you all. Again, before I get off into this, I did, as always, add my news clip and my news article, you all, and I'm going to read that with you just here shortly, you all. Again, I think the federal agents should absolutely pick this case up, and condolences to the family of Lil Sensei Reed, you all, because they are out there very confused and quite hurt, I might say. You know, they were all out protesting this morning at this particular courthouse in Columbus, Ohio. Now, this particular neighborhood is called the Hilltop neighborhood in Columbus, Ohio, and a lot of teens have been getting killed under the age of 18 years old, might I say, you all. And this is some unsolved cases. You know, I'm under the impression that this particular county has some, maybe some Klansmen or some supremacists out there that's just taking lead, you all. I'm not sure what is actually going on in the police department as well, because how you arrest a man for murder days later after he flee the scene, then release him a week later, you all, where they had these particular monopoly get out of free jail cards. I have never seen one in real life, you all. This is just a particular card that's on the Monopoly game that people play, been playing for generations, you all. But it seems that some people out there actually have these particular cards, you all. Like I say, I don't even understand how they would actually even send this case to the municipal court. But maybe the municipal court judge was in in charge and was supposed to give the proper bond, so forth and so on, but he just let the man out. I said that they just flat out let this man out. It seems as though you can just kill young black kids at will in this particular Columbus, Ohio. Not only did it happen at this same particular Westgate Village Apartments, where this location of the murder scene actually happened, you all. Now, as a resident, I would even be concerned about even staying in this particular apartment, be trying to get my lease back, sign it, break all the contracts it is, because they have a murderer that they actually let come back and just go right amongst the neighbors, you all. I think this was a hate crime. I said that I think this was a hate crime and it should be investigated as a hate crime, you all. Like I said, I don't know what the Columbus police was actually doing or if they investigated at all, you all. It just seemed like they just flat out took this man's word and just let him out with no investigation, not even to tell the family, not even to tell the family that they are releasing a murder suspect who had actually killed their child, you all. Like I said, they let this man go back to the same apartment community that this had actually happened in, you all. Like I said, man, this was a crazy one and one that I wanted to particularly share, you all. But before I get off into the rest of the little brief article, copyright disclaimer under Title 17 USC Sections 107, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute and might otherwise be infringed. Non-profit, education, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use, you all. Tips the balance in favor of fair use. So this particular first article that I would like to share is from the Columbus Dispatch, you all. It said family are asking questions why charges was dropped against Columbus man accused with killing a 13-year-old child, you all. Again, like I said, there's no reason for a 36-year-old man to be in any apartment complex, any projects, any school, any mall location, any restaurant. I mean, to be arguing with a 13-year-old kid. I mean, who takes the time to do that? If you see that this kid is particularly not a respectful kid, then it's quite obvious to move around as an adult. Why sit up and argue with somebody that don't have no type of brain mentality that you have, that don't have the same understanding that you have? Why argue with a kid, period, you all? Like I said, this is very strange and baffling to me, because this man had to say that he was afraid of some sort, afraid of a 13-year-old kid, but you would take the time to stop and sit there and argue with this same particular kid, and while brazenly you the only one with a firearm. Like I said, none of this makes sense, and it should definitely be investigated by the federal agency, you all. So it said court documents filed by the police allege that Craig Butler is his name. Craig Butler Sr., 36-year-old, fatally shoots a 13-year-old Sensei Reed on the afternoon of October the 12th in the Hilltop neighborhood, you all. It said Butler fled the scene. Now, again, like I said, when you are in the right of way, if someone comes up to me bothering me and my family, and I had a right to stand my ground as a citizen, then I stand my ground. What reason do I have to run? There's no reason to run, leave a scene, or anything of this nature if you do something on behalf of righteousness. If you are in the right of way, if you have the right of way to actually defend yourself and your family, then there's no need to run. Like I said, there would have been no particular reason to leave the scene, you all. And this is what this man had done. We don't know if he was full of drugs, if he was drugged, but we don't know if he was alcohol, if he was on alcohol. We don't know what this man had done after he had left the scene, you all. But again, the SWAT team caught him maybe a day or two later. This is what's also baffling to me. The man didn't turn himself in. The man didn't try to say anything. They had to come find the man. And then after they found the man, they keep him in locked up for less than a week and then let him right on out of there. Like I said, I don't understand this, man. There's so many people that would be free right now had they taken on this same, I guess, been in this same Columbus neighborhood, you all, because it seems like they letting just innocent kids get killed down here, you all, and somebody cool with it. I mean, it's just not the first time it didn't happen. It's not the second time this happened. This is more than 12 murders a year out there in this same particular area that's unsolved. Nobody don't know what's going on. And now when you find out what's actually going on, they let the man walk free right up out of there. We don't know if he had then killed some other kids in this particular neighborhood or not, but they let him out to be a threat to the community. Like I said, this is one that's particularly baffling to me. It say Butler may be claiming self-defense according to police detectives. Franklin County prosecutors initially fled a member charged against Butler, but dismissed the case on October the 19th, which Butler was released from jail, you all. So this, what I'm saying, prosecutors had arrested him prior, which prevented him from even having a firearm, but he still had a firearm this day, you all. He was previously arrested on a domestic violence case of some sort, you all. So again, he was not allowed to even have a weapon. So why would he have a weapon this day? And why would you have a weapon standing somewhere where you are arguing with some children? This makes no sense to me. It say prosecutors and the police say the case is ongoing and it could still be brought before grand jury and a plea of court, you all. Again, to the family of Lil Sensei Reed, the mother, I would not only just call internal affairs, but I would also call the Federal Investigation Bureau of Columbus, Ohio. This is the people that you all should involve at this point, because something is real fishy about this particular case, you all. It say Butler could not legally own a gun because the previous conviction of a misdemeanor domestic violence, you all. It said the family of Sensei Reed, a 13-year-old who was fatally shot on the 12th at a Ridgewood Apartments in Columbus Hilltop neighborhood, wants to know why the alleged shooter, a neighbor who legally should not have been able to have a gun, is walking free in this same community, you all. Like I said, man, had my grandmother lived and my sister or any of my people, had I lived in this particular neighborhood, I would be right at the office, though, you all, trying to get out of this particular contract, trying to see why are they allowing killers and you're not supposed to have killers and rapists all up in the same community with these particular people. That's a breach of contract right there. I would try to file on them as well, you all. They said a grown man killed a child and nobody cares. Since say sisters 20-year-old Michaela Nichols, you all, told the dispatch on Thursday, we want to know why he is free. What we know about the killing of the 13-year-old Sensei, they said the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office previously fired a murder charge against Craig A. Butler Sr., 36, in the Franklin County Municipal Court, y'all, in connection with Sensei's death on the same day of the shooting. But a week later, prosecutors filed to dismiss the case in a municipal court on October the 19th. How can this, actually be, you all? Like I said, this is something that I really fail to understand and things of this nature, you all. So, again, I had these prostitutes up in here. Again, like I said, I don't know why they allow this to go on, but I fit to report them again as well. So again, you all, this case happened in Columbus, Ohio, man. So this is where we at. And it said that the Franklin County Municipal Court Judge Mike McAllister accepted the motion. So Mr. Mike McAllister, I don't know if he is ready to retire or what he is actually up to, you all. Like I said, this is really a Ku Klux Klan type of place, you all. Because like I said, man, they just absolutely let this man go free. Again, this Judge Mike McAllister accepted the motion for a dismissed case, meaning the $1 million bond that Butler had held is no longer applied to Butler, and he was released from jail. Not he was released on a reconnaissance bond. Not he was released on a $10,000 bond. Not he was released on the reckless endangerment or some kind of what they call this manslaughter charge. This man was released with nothing, free, absolutely. He probably didn't have to sign on anything, you all. Again, when they absolutely dismiss these cases, I mean, they pretty much throw them out, pretty much throw it in back of the file. But again, I would absolutely file a civil suit, not only just against Craig Butler. I would definitely file a civil suit against this man, but also the police department and Judge McAllister, to be exact, you all. And this is the kind of situation, if you ever have a family member that is actually in this type of situation. I mean, because this could happen to your nephew, your niece, your uncle. I mean, the way they are killing black people out here, this could happen to anybody in your particular family, you all. So take the proper steps in obtaining a justice. Do not quit. Stay at these people's throat. Because like I said, if you do not take action, man, they will just sweep it up under the rug. And Miss Reed, the family of Lil Sensei, condolence to you all again. I can't say that marching don't help, but you all have to do a little more than marching down there holding signs. You have to make the proper phone calls. So y'all also take that into consideration, because what you all are doing down there at the courthouse is very honorable thing to do. It's the right thing to do, but it's not the only thing to do. Again, it's not the only thing to do. It said Columbus Police homicide detective Keith O'Connor, you all. Keith O'Connor, you suck. I said it. Keith O'Connor is the detective, homicide detective. You suck. I said it again. You suck. They should have absolutely bring a federal agent in to help you with your own particular cases, you all. Because like I said, I'm pretty sure they have all the resources they need to pretty much find out what really happened, to pretty much hold the people accountable that should be held accountable for, you all. It said, this particular man said that there has been a claim of self-defense by Butler and his mother. Now, Butler mama wasn't even on the scene, you all. Like I said, this man jumped out of a red vehicle, a truck supposedly. I'm not sure if his mama was even there, you all, but his mama came to testify, because I'm pretty sure that he actually lived with his mother, you all. But Where they do that at? I mean, can your mama just come down there and say anything and get you out for these particular cases? These are some of the things that I'm trying to understand with these particular white supremacists. Get out of jail free cards, might I say. Get out of jail free cards. Like I said, by Butler and his mother, but disclaimed that the comments further citing an ongoing police investigation, you all. Since they not a bad kid at all, Nichols said, how was a grown man scared of him? And he did not deserve to die. So again, you all, even the people is asking how he was a grown man. They actually know this little kid, you all. So he's a little small type of kid, small body frame, not a bully of a type of kid, not a kid of confrontation, having these particular problems with different people. You go through a neighborhood, you might find a few bad kids that's disrespectful. Don't respect elders, let alone other people. But this was not one of these particular kids, you all. Like I said, again, you do have some disrespectful children in certain neighborhoods, but this was not a disrespectful, confrontational kids, you all. And like I said, man, this is sad and crazy, you all. Let me go into the comments a brief moment, see what my bros and them hiding about in here. And yep, he ran and got his mama, you all. And like I said, she didn't call no police department or 911 the day it happened, you all. This was, the man pretty much brought his mama up there, and mama went on here and said that my baby was in self-defense classes, you all. So this is one of the things that happened, man. So like I said, this is something this particular police department is actually covering up, you all. So again, I do have a brief news clip that I can share with you all that I did add. Let me see. I think this might be a good one. Change the game. How y'all doing out there, bro? Let me see.
Is for the lives of these children as well. The answer isn't to necessarily throw away the key and lock someone up forever.
We will not accept the status quo. We will continue to implement reforms that put the right officers, the right resources in the right places at the right times in every neighborhood throughout our city.
But are these changes working? For months, top Columbus leaders have pleaded on our air, calling for changes that will prevent teens from being killed on the city's streets. The mayor and police chief are trying to prevent the deadly consequences of gun violence. The latest victim, a 13-year-old boy. Police say someone shot and killed Sinzay Reed last night in the Wedgwood neighborhood. His name joins the list of others killed in that same area. Our 10 Investigates team found there have been 17 homicides near those apartments in the past 5 years. But this isn't about numbers or neighborhoods, rather names and families of victims plagued by a crisis our leaders recognize. 10 TV's Kevin Landers asks how the community plays a role in finding a solution.
Columbus police tell us they have the name of the person they suspected took the life of 13-year-old Sinzay Reed, but there has not been an arrest and the motive is unclear. Those who work to combat youth violence say it will take more than police to solve the problem.
He didn't have beef with anybody in Wedgwood. He was cool with everyone, and then out of nowhere, he gets shot.
She asked me conceal her identity out of fear of retaliation.
And like I said, this was one of the clips. I'm sorry, you all, because I was listening to my family down there. And kids going off. But anyway, this was when he was arrested, so forth and so on.
Change the game. You have to reimagine what's possible.
man accused of killing a 13-year-old is being held on a $1 million bond. Columbus police say Craig Butler shot Sinzay Reed on Wednesday night in the Hilltop neighborhood. Court records say Butler shot multiple rounds at Reed. The 13-year-old died shortly after. We did talk with someone who says Reed was like a brother to them, and that person did not want to be identified for fear of retaliation.
Because nobody expected him to get shot. Because he was a real.
Anyway, you all pretty much get the gist of what I was trying to say in this particular case, man. Like I say, one that's very sad and that's currently ongoing. You all kind of want to bring a light to this Reed case. Since they Reed, you all again condolences to the family, and if anybody particularly know some people in Ohio, share this story. Share this story with other people so that we can shine a light on this particular police department, man, because they got some answers to some questions that actually need answering. You all again condolences since they Reed. You all have a blessed and peaceful evening. God for Christ gang. Peace. We out. Thank you, bro. I have another one. We'll see.